What to do when you ask her for her phone number and she doesn't give it to you. Now, I'm a dating coach and I run into this exact scenario multiple times a day with multiple of my different students. So scenario number one is that you ask for the number and she just doesn't say anything. Scenario number two is when you ask for the number and she keeps talking about stuff from earlier in the conversation as if you never asked for it. So in the event that you ask for the number, she doesn't say anything, you're simply going to not say anything as well. Typically what happens, guys, is that within about 2 or 3 days, sometimes that same day later on that night, she's going to respond back with that phone number. And what's going on here is that she's testing you just to make sure that you're not one of those guys that gets butthurt and reactive for her not responding within the time frame that you wanted. Now, in the event that she keeps talking to you and just ignores your request as though you never said it, what you're going to do is this. Depending on how much she keeps talking, you're just going to respond with a few notches down from her effort level for every line. So let's say, she sends you a sentence. You might just send like a couple words. Let's say she sends a word. You might just like react that. You're going to pull back in terms of your effort level where you're just sort of like courteously responding to the things that she's saying. All you're doing is simply acknowledging the things that she's saying. Now, one of two things is going to happen here. The first thing is that, you're going to discover that she's an absolute waste of time. The only reason she's talking to you is because she's just trying to entertain herself. And the second thing is that maybe she just wants to build a little rapport in order to feel comfortable enough to send you her number. Now, typically, this is not going to be the case. Most girls are going to give you their number when you ask for it because they like you enough to give it to you. If you ask for the number too early and you just showed a little bit of social ignorance, she might continue to talk to you for a little bit for you to demonstrate that, and then she may give you the number in that case. But scenario number one, where they just stop talking to you, is actually better because typically within a couple of days of not saying anything, they're just going to come back with a number. So if you don't already know, I do one-to-one dating coaching with men, including online dating and texting advice and stuff like that. If you watch this video and you're like, man, I would have never figured this out on my own. This can be really complicated. How do I navigate this stuff? That's when you want to work with me. So what you can do in this case, if you're interested in hiring a dating coach, what you can do is watch the video up at the top of my profile, the pinned video. It's going to walk you through a process of learning how to work one-on-one with me. Again, I typically work with entrepreneurs and successful professionals who are at a place in their life where they can invest in themselves. And of course, if you're not, you can continue watching my videos for free and learn a lot of what you need to know. But when you want some extra firepower in that back pocket to really fast track your dating life, that's when you look into a coach. So watch that pinned video. And for the rest of you, drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, check out my other videos up here.